Okay, friends, real talk. Do you ever worry that you're coming off sleazy or icky in Facebook groups? Or even worse, have you had posts called out, deleted, or have you been kicked out of groups before? Ooh, friends, I'm gonna have a little bit of a rant today and talk to you about how to conduct yourself properly in Facebook groups so that you not only not get kicked out, but so that you actually become known as a trusted expert and a go-to in these Facebook groups. Oh, and if you're wondering about the peach, I'm sorry. It is peach season in BC, and I cannot go 2 seconds without a peach right now. Friends, my name is Lindsay Johnson, aka the Rad Connector, and I'm here to simplify the way that you build your business. For even more super simple and easy to implement business building advice, make sure that you like this video, friends, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell below because you're going to want to get alerted when I post new videos every Monday. We're going to come back to you after we're done recording. Okay, now I warned you I may get a little ranty on this because it is a topic that is close to my heart and something that just burns my butter when I see people conducting themselves in ways in Facebook groups that alienate and turn others off. So here we go. Number 1, join the right group. Now, this is something I literally just talked about with somebody else in another group that I'm a part of because they were feeling frustrated that they had joined this group and were trying to provide value and nobody cared. The reason was because they were in the wrong group. They were sharing opinions and solutions to an audience that was not aligned with those opinions and solutions. And so it wasn't meshing, it wasn't working. You don't want to do that. Your job is not to convince others into your beliefs and try to sell them something they don't want. Your job is to join groups of like-minded people who are already primed and ready for your expertise. For example, let's say that you are a plant-based nutritionist and you have a 6-week program for people who want to learn how to eat plant-based. You are not going to go into a keto group and try to convince people to stop eating animal protein in exchange for plant. What are you doing? They don't care. Keto folks love their animal proteins and they avoid carbs like the plague. So don't do that. You are just setting yourself up for a disaster. You want to go join a group that is already primed. It is already perhaps a plant-based group or a nutritional group or a natural group or a group of some sort that is more primed to hearing your message about the glory of plant-based nutrition options. So rule number 1 is to stop trying to convince the wrong people and go join the right group with the right people. All right, rule number 2 is to stop joining your competitors' groups. Listen, if you are a plant-based nutritionist selling that 6-week program and you join a group that is run by another plant-based nutritionist also selling a 6-week program, you are going to end up stepping on toes and alienating and trying to become an expert where there is already an expert steering this ship. So when you are joining groups, you want to make sure that the audience is aligned, that it's the right people that you want to talk to, but the person at the head of this ship that is leading this group doesn't do the exact same thing that you do. Otherwise, you're just going to be competing for the same audience and for their attention to talk about the same things. It would actually be better for our plant-based example here to go join, let's say, a plant-based fitness group. So it's still plant-based, but it's not necessarily run by somebody who is a nutritionist trying to sell a 6-week program. It's probably run by somebody who's into fitness, who's wanting to get more athletes who are plant-based. So now we have an alignment of audience, but we're not competing for their attention with the same message and potentially same type of product or service. So rule number 2, stop joining your competitors group. Go find the groups with the right audience where you're going to be able to be the standout expert. Okay, all right. This is going to be ranty. Rule number 3, no lazy shares. When you are part of a group and you simply drop in, share something, or forward something and drop out, it is not doing a service to anybody. And I get that you think you are adding value by dropping your latest blog or by sharing your latest meme or poll, I don't know. It's not actually helping. It's not actually adding value because the purpose of a group is to create connection and conversation. And so when you plop your shared content into a group with no context and based on no conversation, it's like just sort of walking into a random room and shouting 11 and then leaving. Everyone's kind of like, okay, what? 11? Thanks for that, right? No. Instead, you want to walk into that room and you want to shout, hey guys, on the 11th floor, they're giving away free donuts. There we go. Now we're excited about 11. So you got to think about the same thing in these groups. Don't just lazy share. You want to give some context. You want to start a conversation around this share. So if we think about our plant-based nutritionist, if they were to drop a blog just to share, boop, from my business page, 4 benefits to eating plant-based as an athlete. You know what I mean? It's just falling on deaf ears. It just comes across as spam. It's not engaging. Whereas if the same plant-based nutritionist were to create a post that said, hey friends, I know y'all are plant-based athletes. Did you know that this specific blah, blah, blah can sometimes give this specific result? I actually wrote a whole article on it. Here's the link if you want to check it out. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll happily talk you through it. Now we're getting context, we're getting conversation, we're getting calls to action, and we're getting that engagement and that involvement. You're telling the community why what you shared is important to them and why it matters. Just dropping a share from your business page, that doesn't give any importance or weight to what you're sharing. So remember, no lazy shares. Create conversation, give context, and really share value by sharing the purpose of what you're sharing in the description and why the members should actually care about it. So now if you're feeling inspired to actually go and share some piece of valuable content in a Facebook group, I want you to take a moment and comment, heck yeah, below, because you know I'm going to write you back and I'm going to ask you, what are you going to share? I want to see the link. Okay, rule number 4. This is a big one. You need to stop seeing members as dollar signs. When we join Facebook groups, we are always told Facebook groups are great for growing your business. They are great for getting clients. And then people come in, and I understand if you do not have sales experience, that this is an awkward position because you're just doing what other people are telling you to do. And if you're being honest with yourself, I bet you it feels icky. When you go into a group and you see people as dollar signs and you see it as your mission to sell them your stuff as often and as frequently as possible, it will come across as sleazy and gross and salesy, and you will become the group pariah and nobody will want anything to do with you. So we don't want that, all right? You need to see a group as a community, as your new family. All right. And you need to remember that people do business with you because they know you, they like you, and they trust you. So if you want someone to get to know you, you have to be active in the group. They need to see your name popping up. They need to see you commenting on things and asking questions and sharing cool tips. They need to get to know you. If you want them to like you, guess what? This is when we got to drop the facade. We got to drop this wall of professionalism. I'm the expert, follow me. And we got to get real and we got to get conversational and have fun and think about, how am I making friends in this group? Not how am I trying to position myself as an expert? And then if you want to get into the trust you, this is where you start actually delivering some value. When somebody asks questions, you give genuine responses, full responses. You want your words to make a difference in that person's problem, right? You want to show up and really bring value that the group is going to want to thank you for. So when you're in that group, remember, it's not about seeing other people as a dollar sign. It's about helping them see the value, the know, like, trust in you. And this brings us to number 5, follow the group rules. And this one seems obvious, but I gotta say, I see a lot of members in a lot of different groups not following the rules. Case in point, have you ever said or read somebody say, delete if not allowed, and then go into their post? Listen, if you don't know if your post is allowed, that tells me 2 things. Number 1, you don't know the group rules. Go read the group rules and stop making other people police your posts. Take responsibility for your posts. Number 2, that tells me you are not engaged in this group. You are most likely popping in to spam and share something and popping out. You don't understand the flow or the vibe of this group, therefore you don't know what is allowed to be posted. Groups are not designed to spam, to sell, to troll, to fish. They are designed to connect and create relationship. They are designed to serve a purpose and solve problems and offer support and resources to the members. It is about equal energy. And here's the thing. You are probably saying to yourself, okay, Lindsay, but like there's so many groups and I don't have time for all this. Being present in a group is a part of your business development. It is a part of your RGA, your revenue generating activities. Friends, you need to make time. But the other thing is you don't have to belong to 20 groups. Belong to 2, belong to 3. Make sure they are filled with your PPC, your perfect potential client. Make sure they are active and engaging. Make sure that when you are there, the things that you are sharing are okay to share. So when you pick 2 to 3 really great groups, be active, schedule it into your planner, take the time every day to get in those groups and be active. This is called building a business, friends. You might think that it's a waste of time, but it's not. And I'm telling you, Facebook groups are powerful for driving your business, for building phenomenal friendships, for getting referrals, and opening the door to the coolest opportunities you would otherwise not have access to. But it's not a thing where you can jump in, drop some spam, and leave. That's not how they work. This is a family. This is a community. You have to show up. You have to bring equal energy. You have to engage. So if you are saying you don't have the time, it takes too much time, you're missing the point. This is an RGA. Do more of this, but be strategic and be intentional, and for heaven's sakes, be a friend. I want you to think of it as becoming a staple member, someone that people can count on to show up and support when there's questions asked that you're able to answer, somebody who always brings insight and value and helps people solve problems. I want you to have a stellar reputation in a couple of groups where people know your name, recognize you, and begin to pay attention when you speak up. That is how we build know-like trust. That is how we build a reputation as a subject matter expert, a thought leader, and a fabulous person to know. And that is how we ultimately attract new clients into our business. So now that you know how not to get kicked out of a Facebook group, how do you turn the members who are ready for what you've got into happy clients? All right, if you haven't already, I want you to click the link below and go download my 4 business building basics every new entrepreneur needs to know. I'm going to take you through some strategies on how to use Facebook groups to actually get clients. And as a super sweet bonus, you're going to even get a 7-day action plan in which you're going to declare one of your RGAs as networking in Facebook groups. Now, you've heard me talk about how serious I am about Facebook groups, so guess what? If you want to join a Facebook group that is seriously supportive and gives you tons of free training, and you're right, access to fabulous entrepreneurs who are going to become your new business besties, click the link below and come and join Rad Connectors on Facebook. Friends, I am literally about to go eat this peach because I am starving. In the meantime, I want you to watch the next 2 videos I've got for you, all about how to use Facebook groups to grow your business. If you want me to talk about something I haven't yet covered, put it in the comments below. Remember to like this video, share it with your business bestie, and friends, until next time, happy connecting. I'm going to see you online.